The last time the power went out in your area, your phone died within a day. Your backup power station held a little longer. Then it died too. And the one device that kept working was the one nobody told you to buy. A $12 radio, the kind your grandparents had on the kitchen counter. No grid, no cell tower, no internet. And it still pulled in the voice telling people what to do. The emergency power industry sold you a $400 lithium box and called it preparedness. It was a battery with a marketing budget. And when the blackout runs longer than the charge, it is a brick. The $12 radio does not care about any of that. It runs on physics they cannot patent. Welcome to the survival research. If you have not subscribed yet, hit subscribe and the bell. This is where we dig up what the preparedness industry buried under a pile of expensive gear. And what they buried this time costs less than lunch. Here's what they never explain. There are two completely different machines people call a radio. One transmits. That one needs serious power, a license, a tower. That is the expensive world. The other only receives. And a receiver needs almost nothing. A coin cell, a hand crank, a few minutes of turning. The broadcast tower already did the hard part. It pushed the signal out across 100 miles. A 50,000 watt AM station is doing the work. Your radio just has to catch what is already in the air. That is the whole trick. You are not powering the conversation, you are eavesdropping on a signal that is already there. And during a real blackout, those big stations stay on the air. They run on diesel generators built for exactly this. The grid dies. The station does not. So the signal is there. The only question is whether you own $4 of plastic to hear it. Stop for 1 second, because this is the part the gear stores hope you skip. The emergency power station that costs $400. It charges your phone for a day, then it is dead weight. The two-way radio they upsell you for $200. It needs a license and a person on the other end who also has one. The $12 receiver runs for days on 2 AA batteries, or forever on a hand crank, and it never needs anyone else. It is all in the suppressed file, step by step. The exact models, the exact prices, where to buy each one. Which radio to keep in the car? Which one for the house? Which one for the bag you grab when you leave? Scan the QR code on your screen or hit the first link in the description and get it now. Let me keep going, because the next part is where the real money trap is hiding. Still watching? Then you already understand more about staying informed in a blackout than most people with a garage full of gear. The band that does this is AM, and it is the one the convenience industry treats as obsolete, while quietly keeping every emergency system tied to it. The full breakdown of bands, models, and power tricks is in the file the gear industry hates. Scan the QR code on your screen or hit the first link in the description and get it now. Now stay with me, because how AM actually reaches you is the part nobody explains. During the day, an AM signal rides across the ground, following the curve of the Earth out to about 100 miles. That is groundwave, and it is why one station can blanket a whole region. Then the sun goes down and the signal bounces. The upper atmosphere turns into a mirror, the AM signal shoots up, reflects off the ionosphere, and comes back down hundreds of miles away. A station you can barely hear at noon comes in clear at midnight from 3 states over. That is free range. No power station can buy you. Now stay with me, because the power source is where most people get this wrong. A radio is only as reliable as the way you keep it running. This is where the marketing gets clever. They sell you a rechargeable emergency station because rechargeable sounds modern. But rechargeable means it depends on the grid coming back. The radios that actually survive a long blackout are the ones with more than one way to wake up. The good ones take a hand crank, a small solar panel, a USB cable, and plain AA batteries. 5 ways into one device. 1 minute of cranking buys you several minutes of listening. A patch of afternoon sun trickles the battery back up. And when all of that fails, you drop in 2 AA batteries you can find in any drawer in the country. That redundancy is the entire point, not one power source. 4. So no single failure takes you off the air. A model like the Kaito KA500 does exactly this. Crank, solar, USB, batteries, even a wall plug. Around $50. A RunningSnail or a FOSS does the core job for closer to $25. AM, FM, weatherband, crank, solar, a flashlight built in. None of them needs a contract. None of them needs a tower you own. None of them needs anything except the physics that has worked since the 1920s. And here is the band most people forget exists, the weather band. 7 channels run by the National Weather Service, broadcasting around the clock, straight from the source. No anchor reading a script an hour late. The raw alert the moment it goes out. Tornado, flood, evacuation, chemical spill. Most of these cheap radios pick it up automatically and scream an alarm even while they are switched off. That is the feature the $400 power station does not have, because a power station is a battery, not a receiver. Then there is shortwave, the band that reaches across oceans. When the local grid is dark, shortwave still carries signal from another continent. A storm knocks out your entire region. A shortwave station 2,000 miles away is still on the air, still reporting. The same $25 radio that catches your local AM also catches that. One device, 3 layers of coverage, no subscription. Now let me be honest about what this radio is and what it is not. This is a receiver. It listens, it does not let you call for help, and it does not let you talk back. If you want to transmit, that is a different world with a license and real cost, and we will cover it another day. What this $12 to $30 device replaces is the $400 box that dies on day 2 and tells you nothing. It replaces the panic of a blackout where you have no idea if the storm is passing or the evacuation order just changed. It does not replace a generator. It does not replace water or food. It is one cheap, unkillable line to the outside world. That is the honest version. No miracle. Just a tool the gear industry would rather sell you $400 of features instead of. Here's the pattern, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Every emergency product they push hard is the one with the fattest margin. The power station, the branded kit, the subscription alert app. The thing that actually works in the worst case is almost always the cheapest and the oldest. Because there is no markup left in it. A $12 radio that runs on a crank is the opposite of a recurring revenue stream, so nobody runs ads for it. That is not a conspiracy, it is just math. There is no money in telling you the cheap thing already works, so you face the same choice everyone faces before the lights go out, not after. You can keep believing the $400 box is your lifeline and find out on the worst night that it is a brick. Or you can spend the price of lunch on the one device that has never needed the grid to do its job. I pinned a comment with 3 things I could not fit in this video. The 3 setups that cover a car, a house, and a bag, you can grab in 10 seconds. If this changed how you think about that expensive gear in your closet, subscribe and share it with someone who still trusts the battery box. The information was always there. The industry just made sure you would reach for the expensive thing first. A $12 radio outlived every blackout your grandparents ever faced. It will outlive yours too. Stop paying $400 for what $12 already does better.